Hello everybody, this is Mr. Lindsay here with this week's lesson. I thought we could do something with a winter theme since it's getting to be December here pretty soon and the holidays coming up. A lot of people have probably already done some decorating around their house for the holidays, but with this project we're going to do some snowmen, but we're going to use this idea of what we call perspective in art. Perspective is when you make it look like things are going far up into the air, or things are looking down at you, kind of like these snowmen, or you're making things look tall or short because of the way you draw them, like drawing a really tall building. That's perspective drawing. So the way we did this was using this idea of perspective to make it look like our snowmen are towering above us. So let me show you an example. See these buttons? They're small and they get larger as they come down because we're imagining that this button's further away from us and this button's closer. So when I did the buttons, I made them small, larger, and larger on purpose. Okay, I know the snowman's head is normally smaller than the rest of the body anyways, but we made it quite a bit smaller than this, so it looked like it was way up here, so it was high up above us. So the way we did this is it looks like they are really tall snowmen towering above us, and we're looking up at them. They call that a worm's eye view. A worm's eye view is when you're looking up at something. A bird's eye view is when you're in the sky looking down on it. Okay, so we're going to use this idea of perspective drawing and the worm's eye view to make these. Let me show you a real quick example of what that looks like with something a little different, like real buildings. So here is an example of perspective drawing with 3D buildings, and we call that the worm's eye view because we're looking up at these tall buildings just like we were looking up at the tall snowman. So imagine that these buildings are the 4 snowmen that I drew in my picture. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this over, and then we'll go ahead and start drawing ours. Okay, so let's go back to this screen and I will show you how I did that. Okay, so let me go ahead and get a blank paper. This is my example page, and I'll start all over on here. Now you can start in pencil at home. I'll use my black marker so you can see better, but I'm going to start in my 4 corners of the paper here. Maybe I'll start here first and draw the large circle for the body. Don't make them too big because I'm going to do one in each corner. So I'll start with here, right about here, and I'll draw something like that. That can be the body of one of them. Okay, and then I'll draw another one over here. Okay, and then I'll go on to these corners. I'll turn my paper. It's just easier for me if I turn my paper. Got another one here, and another one right about here. And notice when I made mine, there we go, I left some room in between so they don't run into each other. Okay, so there are my snowmen, the bodies. Now, I'm imagining that I can't see the rest of it down here, but I can see the next piece, the head. So up here I'll draw the snowman's head, which is going to be part of a circle up here. And I need to do that for all of them. There's 2. Then I'll turn it this way and do part of that circle for the head. And I need one more. There you go. The little room on top, I want to put a hat on a couple of them. Now, those buttons, the idea of the buttons look like they're getting bigger as they come down towards us. This first button's going to be kind of small. This one's going to be a little bigger, and then even bigger. And then I can put my dots on my buttons. Okay, so there's some buttons. I'll do that on all my snowmen. Smaller buttons up here. They're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as they come down, and I can put little dots to make it look like the holes in my buttons. Okay, so I'll do that on all the snowmen real quick. We'll add buttons to all of them. Small, larger, larger. So I can do 3 or 4. If I have room, I could do a 4th button. I did 4 on that one. Okay, this will have 1, 2, 3. We'll add 4 on this one. Okay, so there are my towering snowmen with the buttons. Now I could do the arms next. That's probably what I would do. I try to make them look kind of like sticks. So let's go to this snowman. And I'll start about here and draw the stick coming out and a couple little branches on the end. Okay, so that could be an arm. Okay, there's another one. I can make them a little thicker if I want to go over them again. And, okay, or I could just draw them out with one line. Okay, so here'll be another one. Maybe this one just goes straight out. Okay, and here's another one sticking up here. Now the trick is when I have all these snowmen in here is making it so they don't run into each other. So I'm going to turn my paper again to this side. Add my arms on this one. And another arm here. Maybe some of the twigs bend. Okay, and I have one more to go. An arm reaching up here. Okay, my snowman's arms. So I have all 4 of them done. They're towering above me like those 3D buildings. So again, that worm's eye view, and I have those buildings, those snowmen ready to go. Now, I can continue and add my details, like a mouth and a nose. Maybe this one has little circles for its mouth. Its nose, I'll draw a little curve. If I want it to look like a carrot, I can put a couple lines on it. Color it orange later. The eyes, maybe the eyes are just circles. Now this one, maybe I make this one a little different. Maybe this one has a smile and its nose is like this. And then the eyes are going to be 2 big circles with the pupils looking down at me. Turn. This snowman, maybe I'll do a partial grin. Okay, maybe its nose is going out that way. And maybe these eyes are just 2 circles. And then on to the last one. We'll give this one an open mouth smile. Okay, and then we'll make its nose that carrot nose, and maybe these have 2 eyes. I kind of like them looking down. Like this snowman's above me looking down at me. Okay, I could add hats to a couple if I have room. I can't do it to all of them, but maybe this one here. I'll add like a little winter hat. Okay, maybe this one has a tiny little top hat. I have a little bit of room. Maybe I can squeeze a little top hat off to the side here. There we go. A little top hat off to the side. I can color that in black. Okay, so I have a few details. I could add a scarf to them if I like. Maybe my snowman has a scarf. That would be easy. I could draw a line here, put little stripes on it. Okay, I could make it look like a scarf dangling. And then maybe I draw the other piece over here. Okay, so there's a scarf on one of my snowmen. And then I can continue and add the details the way I like. When I'm all done, I would do a little coloring. Now what I like to do color these, I do a little shading. I can't really color the snow white because it is white paper, but what I could do is take a light blue, or any kind of blue really, and shade them lightly. Let me find a good blue here. Oh, that one should probably work. Here's another one. There we go. We'll use this one right here. So I'll take this blue here, and let's just turn it to this snowman. When I do my snowman, I like to shade around the edges with a little bit of blue. Blue reminds me of cold things because it's a cool color, like snow and ice. But I'm not going to color it dark, just around the edges. So I would do that on all my snowmen. I'll color a little darker so you can see it better on the screen. It's a little hard to see on that video, I think. But on my end, I can see that blue really, really well. Here. So I shaded all the way around the edge here and around the head. I would do that on all the snowmen. Shade them all nicely. I can color my hat red. I could color my scarf whatever colors I like. So that would be the next step. Working on coloring it in. The noses, if I want them to look like carrots, those could all be orange. Okay, my eyes, I could fill them in. Maybe I want his eyes just to be filled in with black. These pupils, so I color those in. Okay, this one here, I didn't color in the pupils yet. But there's one snowman. I can color the buttons. So I could maybe, he has, let's do green buttons on this snowman. You can pick and choose what colors you like, but each snowman, color your buttons, the nose, the hat if you did one, shade around the edge with a little bit of light blue like that. And when I'm all done, I could even color in the sky. Now my sky could be blue like a real sky, or I can make it look sunny and do yellows and oranges and reds. Sometimes I like to do that. So maybe my sky, I do some orange in the middle. So I'm going around the snowman. This is the sky. So maybe it's bright outside. And I do some yellows and oranges and reds. So there's my orange in my sky. Maybe I add a little yellow, or I could do it all blue. The sky could be all blue just like the sky normally might be. This could be kind of like early in the morning, sunrise, it's bright outside. But that's kind of up to you what color you want to color your sky. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish mine. You don't have to really watch me color, but that's the next step. I drew them all out. This is my perspective drawing of my 4 towering snowmen from the worm's eye view.